is his chair go so far back?
I don't know, you want some milk? There's heaps in that video. G'day, I'm Harry and welcome to the Loop Drop. Last week, the PlayStation 2023 showcase showed off some pretty sick games, but more importantly, it shared some details about their upcoming remote play device codenamed Project Q. Now, don't get too excited. This ain't no next-gen PSP. I know, I was disappointed too. The device basically slaps a HD screen onto a PS5 DualSense controller so you can remote play your PS5 games over Wi-Fi. That's it. Who is this thing for? Why would you ever need this thing? It's not a dedicated portable device for gaming. It relies on good Wi-Fi and it's only for remote play. If you're in Australia with our terrible internet speeds, then the chances that you'll be gaming on the go with Project Q are probably pretty slim. Is it named Project Q because you'll be stuck in a queue waiting for your game to load? And what does the Q stand for anyway? They didn't mention that in the marketing. I mean, good on PlayStation for giving this a red hot go, I guess. The thing is, when they recently relaunched PlayStation Plus in Australia, they didn't offer us the premium tier, which includes cloud streaming for classic PlayStation games. Instead, we got the deluxe tier with all that stuff removed. Adding cloud gaming to this may have been an extra reason to consider a PlayStation handheld, but with just remote play with Australian internet, who is this thing for? Hey, I'm the CEO of Sony PlayStation. I'm here to field some concerns we've had from our Aussie gamers about our new device, Project Q. I've been seeing questions like, oh, is it remote play over Wi-Fi only? How and where am I gonna use this bloody thing? Well, the answer is on the bloody toot, mate. Are you stuck in a particularly hard boss and can't bear to step away from your TV? Are you trying to drop your kids off the pool but having a hard time getting them out of the car? Now you can seamlessly transition from gaming in the living room to gaming in the porcelain throne. Excuse us.
Oh, he's on the hill! He's on the hill! What was that?
Oh, don't worry about it. Let's get going. Oh, it's sticking to the bloody sides.
Where are you?
PlayStation's Project Q, more like Pooh Station's Project Pooh. Sorry, we're better than that. No, we're not. But seriously, for a gaming peripheral, this one stinks. Especially if you use it on the toilet. Please wash your hands. Surprisingly, it's not the worst gaming peripheral ever made though, because we've had a couple doozies. Remember the Nintendo Power Glove? It was a glove controller for the NES that was produced by Mattel and officially licensed by Nintendo, but Nintendo had no say in the design or production of it. This thing came out in the 80s and it was popularized by the hit movie The Wizard. It was marketed as this cool controller for the NES, and I don't know if you know this, but it had motion controls. I gotta tell you though, it's miles away from the fairly precise Joy-Con motion controls we have now. Basically, it has these two transmitters mounted on the top of the glove, and there's an additional peripheral receiver that would detect motion. Now, the motion controls didn't work with every NES game. There were a couple dedicated titles, such as Bad Street Brawler, Rad Racer, and Super Glove Ball? Now, it's all well and good to market motion controls, but they're a hot pile of garbage. But even still, I think it's an iconic piece of gaming history, and while the execution was subpar, I still think it's kind of cool. Actually, the antagonist of The Wizard sums up my thoughts on the Nintendo Power Glove precisely.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Okay, one, that was amazing. And two, upside, if there are any, at least the Power Glove didn't take up a heap of space to store, unlike a bunch of the plastic accessories that the Wii had going on. So a few Wii titles had these like extra themed holders for your controllers and nunchucks you could buy. So naturally, there was a bunch of these really silly third-party peripherals. There was like a conductor's bow, saxophone, a tennis racket, dumbbells, a Wii crossbow gun. There was a Wii gun. That's real, go look it up.
Hello, this is Chris Arbogast, Director of Marketing for Nyko Technologies. And this is the perfect shot.
And that's just off the top of my head. I wasn't even allowed to have some of these as a kid because they took up too much room in the house. And really, most of them did nothing. They were just there for show and maybe to help with like motion controller immersion. Or hey, maybe the point was just to sell a bunch of cheap plastic junk. I don't know, who's to say. But I guess it kind of worked on me at least, because looking back, yeah, they were super silly, but as a kid, dude, I felt so cool.
I know. Look, I was ragging on the PlayStation's Project Q for a bit, but it's not out yet. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. We don't know how much it costs. It could be good. Also, we encourage them enough. Maybe they'll release a next-gen PSP.
Crossing all of, ooh.
Cross them, cross that.
Little raptor claws.
Now it's time for my favourite segment where we share news too small to elaborate on, but too big to ignore. It's barely news. The Lord of the Rings Gollum devs apologised for an underwhelming launch, and in their apology tweet, they also made a typo. They called it Lord of the Ring. Anyway, I think it's a little deserved because look at the pre-alpha HUD versus what we got. And we here at ABC Gamer, we call that
Barely news.
brothers! Minecraft Trails and Tales 1.2 update will launch on June 7th, and that is Aussie-made game Moving Out has reached 1 million copies sold!
Barely news.
Nintendo sent a cease and desist to Valve, preventing them from hosting the Dolphin Wii emulator on Steam, saying it harms development and ultimately stifles innovation. Dana, what do we call that?
Barely news.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is coming to PC in July, and that is
A bit of barely news.
a bit of barely news. Cut. That's the loot drop. Coming out this week is
Amnesia the Bunker. I'm so excited. Coming out to PS4, Xbox, and PC.
Diablo 4 on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC,
Harmony, The Fall of Reverie on PC and Switch.
and Bleak Sword DX on PC and Switch. Make sure you tune into our stream on Mondays at 7 p.m. and Thursdays at 4 p.m. and also Dairy, Little Face, and Nipple. If you want to know what that means, check out our dev profile on Jacob Janerka on our YouTube channel. Little Face.
Wait, what?
Nipples?